After the ball is over, after the skate is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Okay, that's good.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 228. It is Monday, October 10th, 2016, and we are a little bit late. It's about 3:45 in the afternoon as we are recording. We had a no-show for our replacement for Adoration, so we ended up spending 2 hours, which is fine, but it made us late. So here we are.
Today is a holiday.
It is. Happy Columbus Day to everybody in the United States. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our Canadian viewers. Maureen, happy Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
That is Maureen from the Victorian Studio podcast, and any of our other viewers who happen to be celebrating Thanksgiving. Let me just write this down here so I don't forget. Okay, we want to welcome all new and returning
what are we?
viewers. What are we?
Yes, what is this they've tuned into?
I already said that.
You did? Did you introduce yourself? I don't think we introduced
No,
ourselves.
I did not yet. You oboe head.
I don't think we introduced ourselves.
We did not.
Then we should
I
do
just
so.
said that, you oboe
Then
head.
we should do so, shouldn't we?
We will when I get to it. Rude child. I am Marlene Shaw, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I am Franciscan Gypsy, also known
A
as...
brat.
Wait, I'm Tolly, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
And brat.
No, that's a Kobe.
True. But it can be you too. He's the brat. You're just brat. That's a kitten.
Yes, Brad is a kitten.
Yes. Okay. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank
We're
you.
glad that you are spending some time with us here at the PHN Foon Woman Cave. We know there are a lot of other podcasts that can be taking up your time, as well as other real-life things. So we're glad that you're spending some time with us here in the Woman Cave. We do have a new member that we want to welcome, and that is Da Mama 5.
Da Mama.
Who is Deb. Welcome, Deb. I love that, Da Mama 5. It makes me think of the Mafia. Da Mama 5. Welcome, Deb. We're glad to have you with us. And to those who are returning, we're glad that you have come back. If you are new, we hope you find something you like, and also will return. If you are still in the shadows, please consider coming out of the shadows and joining the Ravelry group officially so that you can be eligible for prizes and giveaways and things like that, because you do have to be a member of the group to take part in order to win a prize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not doing one of my specialty cups today. It is Columbus Day, so I'm doing my special tea and my special cup. It is chai tea, but it's a special kind of chai tea. And so it's in here.
It's one she only allows herself to have once a week or for holidays.
Mm-hmm.
I am having in my the House of Tudor mug. It has all the rulers of the Tudors. And that I have my Plum Deluxe Evening in the Garden herbal tea. And it includes honeybush tea, elderflower, rose, lemon, and vanilla essence. Oh, no love or gratitude.
No love or gratitude.
Andy, I don't have any love or gratitude.
It's missing something without the love and gratitude.
And it's not going to focus because I want it to. There we
it
go.
goes. See, my bunny stop worked.
Apparently.
Yes. And for those of you who commented on the last podcast, I'm way behind answering. I think I got halfway through.
I thought you got everybody.
No, I stopped just before Brittany. I ran out of steam, so I will hopefully get to that later.
I think the only thread I've responded on has been the prayer thread. I've been out sick since, I guess it was early Thursday morning. I was actually not feeling well on Monday night going to Tuesday. I went to bed early, made it through my shift on Tuesday night. Mostly just had, like, a little bit of respiratory issues. Wednesday, I started feeling really badly, particularly at work. Couldn't think. They called in a replacement for me at 1 a.m. and I came home. And I've been homesick
Ever since.
ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, I had a long weekend anyway.
Mm-hmm. So thank you for all the good wishes for Talia's recovery. We appreciate that.
But that was also meant to be like a long excuse for why I haven't been on the board.
Yeah, she keeps finding them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on, we do thank all of our members, as we said, all new and returning. We wished happy Thanksgiving, so let's move on here. Okay, the Magic Yarn Project, I want to mention that one more time. This, as I said, was brought to my attention by Dinah Flo, who is one of our PHNers, and that is where we make little, they're like chemo caps, but they're not, they're wigs, but they're crocheted, and they're like princesses and things like that, like Rapunzel or Merida or something like that. They make out of yarn, and the little kids wear them. The little girls who have cancer have chemo treatments. And I think Valeria posted the video for us in the last episode thread if you want to check it out a little more thoroughly. It's really a good cause if anyone feels that they might like to do that. So that's the Magic Yarn Project, and we have the link also in that thread, I believe. Then we had the charity along in B-Wing's group, and B-Wing is Brittany from our group. We love B-Wing. She's amazing. And that's her Comforting Crafts group, and that goes September 11th through the end of October. You can knit anything, knit or crochet, and then donate it to Comforting Crafts. And she's looking at knitting hats of any size, scarves and cowls, baby blankets, mittens, and dishcloths. So mittens. So anything, if you have any extras that you've made and you don't know what to do with, or you feel like you're in the charity mood and you don't have a place to give it to, Brittany's group is a really good place to give it to. I think she's donating to some, I don't know if it's a homeless shelter or what she's donating to, but she does a lot of charity work and it will not be wasted. Okay, and B-Wing is donating a $6 or less Ravelry prize, downloadable Ravelry pattern, and I am also donating a $6 prize for people who do this by random number generator. And I don't know if anybody has done it yet, so you have a really good chance of winning if you put some things in her thread there and then send it along. Okay, and she does say that whips count as well, so that's cool.
That is cool.
All right, the Halloween Fall Along is being done by Crocheting Hoovian. That's Laura Concert, and that's September 1st through November 30th. Knitted and crocheted projects. They can be started any time, but must be worked on during the Cal. And they have to be either Halloween or fall themed. And the feature pattern is Talia's Bruce the Bat.
Oh.
So that FO will get 2 chances at a prize. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Laura.
And make a project page and tag it. Now, my tags, she had 2 different tags, so I suggest you go to her page and get the spin on what she wants for that tag, because I heard one thing on her podcast and saw something else somewhere else. So I will just let you go look at that. You should be part of her podcast anyway if you aren't already, because she's really fun to watch. Okay, let's see here.
Besides, if you're going to take part, you need to be part of her podcast anyway.
Yes, you do. And her rules are very similar to ours. 1 whip per project per week, the FO whenever, and as I said, Bruce the Bat gets 2 chances for a finished object. We did get some baby hats in from Marriott. And Marriott, I meant to PM you to let you know. Time got away from me. We did receive these late last week. And how did you want to?
I can't touch them.
Oh, you can't touch them.
I've been coughing.
Okay. She sent us a whole bunch of baby hats, and they're just adorable. I think these are like little. I think they're ear flaps. I'm not sure how you wear this, but it's a cute little baby hat. I think it's worn this way, like maybe this is the neck, back at the back of the neck. But maybe, I don't know. They'll figure it out. I'm just challenged. So this is one. And then there's another one that kind of matches it. It's a little bit smaller.
For a smaller baby.
For a smaller baby. See, it's a little bit smaller. I don't know if you can tell. And then I love this one. It just makes me happy.
Isn't that like Packers colors?
I don't know if that's green. That's blue.
Isn't the Packers blue and yellow?
No, green.
Who's blue and yellow?
I
feel like a football team has blue and yellow.
I don't know. So that's that one. And then we have these little pink and purple hats. Aren't they cute?
Now those
girls.
make me think of the little girls. The one little girl from not Minions, but the same movie.
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me.
And then these little green ones for little boys, I assume. So these,
Well, the little girls could wear that too.
yeah, this is neutral. These are girls. These are boys. So, whatever. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marriott. This will go probably to the pregnancy center. I think either out of the hospital. I know whoever receives these will love them, especially with the colder weather coming along. These are perfect. Thank you very much. Let's see here. And I apologize for not getting back to you sooner. I should have. All right, the toy along.
Actually, before Toy Along,
Oh, okay.
I wanted to mention, first of all, thanks to everybody for their participation in Cardiac Read Along this year. In case you did not remember, because I don't know how often we mentioned it, any purchases of my pattern during the July through September period of time, all the proceeds from purchases of my patterns were supposed to go toward the American Heart Association. We ended up giving, as a group, $110
Wow, yay.
to the American Heart Association. So thank you very much for purchasing my patterns during the Cardiac Read Along. We made a nice donation to a very good
It
organization.
will be very helpful. Very helpful. Also, along the cardiac read along, we have not sent out any prizes yet because Talia has been sick.
And I am the person who prepares packages and
Yes.
stuff.
And so, because she has the machine, everything's in her
Mhm.
name. So, they will be starting to go out as soon as she's feeling a little bit better. We will send out the things that go to Amazon through Amazon as soon as we're able. The people who won for Turbo Knitter, if you have not contacted him, I know that Melissa did. The other person who won the bag, I think it was Rose Bob. I'm not sure. I had to go back and check. Whoever won the other bag from Kenneth, please get in touch with him. He needs to know what you want,
So he can make it.
so he can make your bag. So, yeah, whoever you are, I think it's Rose Bob, but please get in touch with Kenneth.
Make
And,
sure to write down her name, because otherwise I will not tag her.
I think it's Rose Bob. I don't have my. Do you?
No, I don't have
your-
my
I
notes.
thought you were sitting on them, but okay. All right.
Sitting on what?
On the paper I gave you for the names of the winners for different
Oh,
prizes.
heavens, I wouldn't have left that here.
Yeah, you had it here for a week.
Oh, did I?
Okay,
Oops.
there were two people who, for whatever reason, three people, for whatever reason, we have to work out their prizes a little differently. I will be contacting you, or Talia will be contacting you as soon as we are able. We got your messages, and we will be in touch.
I think they all
shortly.
contacted you.
Yeah, except for the one who didn't. You said there was one who contacted you.
Yeah, but I mean that wasn't someone who had a problem with their prize, though.
No. So you know who you are, and don't worry about it. We'll figure things out. It's not a problem. Okay.
Are the kids back up in Heidi's shop?
I think so, but I haven't gotten to that yet. Oh, Heidi's Halloween along.
Her fright night.
Her Fright Night. Go ahead and say it. That's not in my notes. That's why.
Okay. I believe. Let me double check before I speak poorly. I believe that Heidi has. Actually, you talk about her Halloween long. I'll look up to see if the kit's up.
I don't know. 'Cause I'm not sure how long it runs. I actually haven't had too much time to look at it. All I know is that she asked me to donate a skein of yarn for a prize, which I'm going to do. Yay! Thank you, Heidi, for the opportunity. And I think it goes. It's anything scary. I think, and I think she said that whips are allowed, and I think she's allowing anything. Check her. It's in the Undead Yarn podcast group, and I think she's not allowing knitting, crocheting, weaving, spinning, almost everything. Check out her rules, and she's accepting whips. So this time around, you can put your whips as well. The socks that Laura Smoot designed, Heidi has a kit out for those, and it's really, really.
There we go.
Here we go.
Undead yarn.
There
Yeah,
it
they're
is.
up again.
Yeah, they're up
Okay.
again.
So, Heidi and Laura's Fright Night kits. The kits back up in Heidi's shop. And actually I have it pulled up here. That's what the
Aren't they neat?
socks look like.
This Heidi's yarn.
Heidi's yarn and Laura Smoot's socks.
I think Laura gives a 50% coupon for the sock pattern, and then
She does. And the yarn, and the kit only costs $27.
And it's a skein of yarn for the socks, but it's also got the colors you need for
the color work.
Color work. So the red and the black, I think.
It is red and black.
Yeah.
So and this gray is beautiful.
It's a very nice gray, kind of
that's
tone,
really
beautiful. As always, Heidi has done wonderful work with her yarn. So if you're interested in that for the Fright Night,
and then here's
socks,
the red and the black together. They're wrapped together.
Yeah, they're wrapped together. So if you're interested in that, you want to probably get over there pretty quickly. I don't know how long the pre-order will be up.
Yes.
And I'm not sure how long the along goes because I haven't been able to pop into Heidi's group yet. I've been really busy.
I don't have that in my notes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just for 1 month or 2, but you can find out when you go there. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm putting a couple of toys in there if I can get myself to focus on a project long enough to do it. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Now the toy along.
Yes.
Okay, the toy along, the PHN, I think it's the 5th annual toy along.
We're coming up there.
Yeah, so I think it's
because we've been doing the toy along about as long as we've been doing the podcast.
Because it was our first one.
That was our first one. Even before autism.
Even before autism. Yes, this is our 5th one, I believe. Wow. So it's our 5th annual toy along, and we have wonderful co-hosts. We have Victorian Studio, who is Maureen, and we have Black Horse, who is Kim. And yes, she has her thread up now, so you'll be able to do put your projects in Kim's group as well. You need to be a member of whatever group you are posting in.
Yes.
And all the podcasts, those other 2 podcasts are wonderful, both of them. So Kim is now back on track, I believe, now that she's settled into her house, and Maureen has been very, very consistent. So
yes.
Check out their podcast. They're very fun. Maureen especially is educational. Kim's got some wonderful projects, and she's just very enthusiastic and very sweet. So both of them are very enthusiastic and very sweet. So those are our co-hosts for this. And let's see here. It began October 1st and will run until December 31st, so you can do Christmas presents this way for those kids or adults who like toys, or for charity, or for whatever you want to do the toys. Maybe you want to gift for yourself. I don't care. I just want to see it.
Or maybe you just want to make toys and figure out what you're going to do with them later.
Later, yes. I don't care, just so I can see them because I love toys. And I like to be enabled, so that'll be fun. Knitted or crocheted or loom knitted. Thank you for the people who asked about the loom knitting. We consider loom knitting knitted, so that's fine. But thank you for asking.
Yes.
Okay.
We should be seeing a new variety of toys now, then, with loom knitting being added.
We've already seen some. So, 1 WIP project per week, 1 FO. We do have 3 featured pattern people. We have, of course, Franciscan Gypsy Designs toys. Get 2 chances for a prize for the FO. Laura's, I think it's called the Pillow Puff. Laura Concerts, a crocheting Houvian. I think it's called the Pillow Puff.
I can't remember what you called it.
I have it somewhere. I can't find it. I think it's called it's the only toy in her store. So the Crocheting Houvian's Pillow Puff, and Taya's Franciscan Designs toys, and then Miss World's, she has a new pattern out. It's called Me to You Bear Tatty Teddy. Actually, it's 2 patterns. The other one's the large Me to You Bear Tatty Teddy, and you'll see why it's called the Tatty Teddy. It's adorable. They're 2 different sizes. That's why they're 2 different patterns. So if you do any of those, just make sure you label what it is, and you can double post the finished object for those. Okay. I see. Crocheting Houvians is a Hufflepuff pillow monster.
That sounds right.
Okay.
Okay.
Please feel free to tell as many people as possible about the toy along. We love to have people join in on this, but they do have to be a member of whatever group they're going to be playing with. Okay? All right. Let's see.
Does that bring us on to projects?
Just about. Hold on. I'm not quite finished here. It should be PHN Toy Along 2016 and hashtag PHN Toy Along 2016 for Instagram. I forgot to put the along in there, but it should be in there. Okay. And we have a list of potential sources for toy designs for you if you don't know what to make. You don't have to use those designers. It's just suggestions. We have several prizes coming in. We have a skein of West Yorkshire Spinners DK Prince yarn from Laura Concert, Crocheting Houvian, and a skein of Finger Weight Into the World yarn from Laura Smoot, who is spinning Laura. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Mama C, who is Christina, donated a lovely bag that she made, and I showed you that last week, as well as the stitch markers. And Miss World donated 1 copy each, her Me To You Bear Teddy, 1 copy of the large and 1 medium. So somebody will win a large pattern, the large bear pattern, and the other will win the smaller bear pattern. So very, very nice prizes.
Indeed.
Thank you very much to all of you.
Did you put down the pattern I told?
I can't remember who it was.
It was Liz. She has the minion picture.
Yeah. Is that
Warp F1?
F1.
Liz.
Lizzie donated a Franciscan Gypsy design pattern because she already had all of them or something.
She was being generous. I have no idea.
Yeah, she was being very generous. So, okay.
And Lizzie's been a multiple time tester for me.
Yes. Warp.
That's how I met her, was in a tester group.
Is it Warp
F1, I believe.
Okay.
Lizzie.
And that's Franciscan Gypsy pattern. Okay.
And she always has a minion picture.
Yeah, she's funny. She's very good at what she does. She always makes those really nice collages, right? For her. Is she the one who does collages?
That's someone else. I think Donna's the one who does those.
Wimmerly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, thank you, Lizzie, for the donation of Ty's pattern. Much appreciated. Yes, now we are going into... Is there anything else we need to do?
I don't think so. How many do you have?
I'm not sure. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not right. I have 8 or 9. That sounds like a lot, but not really.
I have 6.
3, 4, 5, 6. I have 8. Okay, I have 8. All right, I guess I do 2 to begin with. All right, let's see. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, I actually have 7. Do I have 7? Hold on, I can't count. Let me flip this. It's hard to see in this view. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry,
4,
guys.
5,
We should have planned a little
6,
better.
7.
Okay.
So you do 2 to begin with.
Okay. All right, my first one, I didn't do a whole lot on this, but Taya fixed it for me on the podcast last week, and I did a little bit of work to finish out a row or 2. This is the Violently Happy shawl, and it's using Undead yarn in the Banfuri base in the Violently Happy Accident colorway. I made a little bit of progress on this, but not a whole lot. I was looking at my other I was looking at my other autism awareness yarn. It was a lot different. Well, yeah, it's a different colorway.
Yeah, because this isn't autism awareness. Yeah. Good job.
This is gorgeous. The color, I love this. In fact, I saw this when she posted, I think it was on Instagram for her trunk show. She had this out, and I was like, oh, that's Violently Happy Aesthetics. I love it. So this is just gorgeous. And I'm having fun with this. It will be done when it's done. These are my Harmonies, Knit Picks Harmony circulars, and they're size 8. And the bag is a Black Horse yarn bag that I won, not this past year, but the year before for Heidi's Knit Spin Die. I love this bag.
It almost sounded like you said knit stem dye.
I did at first. I corrected myself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I have to do another one?
Yes, you do.
This one, you haven't seen in a while, I don't think. This is in my Christina C. Mama C bag. My Words bag, which I absolutely love. This is a nice size bag. And this is my Winter Storm shawl from the Terribly Simple pattern by Caitlin French. And this is using US 8s. These are my Caspians. I only did about a row on this. My tension's a little off on this. They have like little holes where I don't think there should be holes, but I don't think I missed any stitches. Now I can't find
That's
them.
just your garter.
Right here. That's But I think
that's your tension.
Yeah, I think it's tension. I didn't drop a stitch. I'm going to see if I can find something to fix that with. I love this colorway. This came from Really Deep Stash. I think it's the first yarn I ever bought that was not acrylic. We bought it at a Christmas bazaar. It's not showing up really well. I want it to focus better. Can you see that? The blues and the grays and the purples?
I can see it, Mom.
Okay. Well, wait, there it is. So this is going really slowly. I've come to the conclusion I don't like working with non-superwash very much. It doesn't have enough give for me or something. But this is 80% Hukea. I'm sure Emily will be able to pronounce that. And 20% merino. So it's not overly soft, but it's okay. It'll probably get softer when it's locked. And I love the color.
Yeah, you picked that up a long time ago.
I did. Okay.
So it is my turn.
It is your turn.
The first project is one that I worked on at the beginning of the week and then I never picked up again the rest of the week. So that is Obsidian, which is my calligraphy cardigan by Hannah Fettig. I'm using Miss Ballop's Yowza What a Skein in the colorway Obsidian, and it is in my Knitting's My Bag Autism Awareness bag. I'm starting to write this down in my notes.
Yeah, I need to write down on my notes where I didn't get the chance to do that. It's so pretty. It's going to be nice in the wintertime.
It won't be done in the wintertime.
It'll be done by next summer.
It might be done when I'm working on doing the sweater along. So
January?
it just looks like pure black.
That would be wintertime still.
Well, if I finish it during the sweater along, it'll be January, February, March.
Well, still wear it in the spring. You have to wave your magic wand and make it white.
Black sweaters are always good.
Yes, they are.
And it's just going to show like a big blob of black because
But
it's a plain black sweater.
It's got a lot of variation in it, though. I mean, not.
Yeah,
it's
but
subtle. It's subtle.
it's not. It's gonna
not
black.
black.
It's gonna black out the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got a little bit of a collar for anyone who's not familiar with the calligraphy. But I mean, it's not a bright color. It's not going to show up well on the screen. So,
Okie dokie. Let's see. Okay, in my Kiki Boo Holiday Owls bag, I've got yet another preemie hat. I'm using the smallest loom to make a baby hat in the I Love This Chunky yarn. And I don't know what this colorway is. I lost the ball band with this. I think I made one out of this called English Garden one time. So I haven't gotten very far on this one. Just starting. I did use the braided, the first row is braided, so the brim is going to be a little different than some of the other ones. So you can see how, right now I'm on the greens, but it does go out into kind of like salmons and blues a little bit. I'm hoping I'll have enough yarn. I should have enough yarn to finish baby hat for this little loom. That's what I'm making out of this.
oops, funny.
I'll get my drink in a second. Can't let Valeria get dehydrated. She's been doing a great job with the moderating.
Yes, she has.
Yeah.
Thank heavens for our 3 moderators.
Her and Bonnie and Sue have all been doing a fantastic job.
And it is my turn. Let me grab my tail and yank it through the bottom. Because I don't like that just hanging out there.
You are making the people wait.
I do things like that.
Rude, rude, rude.
There we go. All right. So, my next one is actually the project I worked on the most during this period of time because it's honestly the only one I felt like concentrating on. This is Kay's Fault mitered square blanket, and I'm using Scrap Sport DK worsted weight, and I think at one point I used bulky as well, yarns. And this was inspired by KF Jones of Baker Bear's fame, and it's worked off of her method of doing mitered squares in her pattern tutorial, and those are available. Those videos are available on her on the patrons. Part
Very
of the
helpful.
podcast.
If you're not in patrons and you would like to, or you've been thinking about it, You should do it because the extras are worth it. Just the tutorials are worth it.
Yeah. So it's in my Pod Blue Batgirl jean bag. And this bag is ginormous and perfect for a blanket. So, when I say that I worked on this a lot while I was sick, I mean a lot. I was in the middle of this square here when I had last worked on this. So I completed this square. I did this square here, which is some of Mom's yarn. Actually, this was
That's Hawkeye.
no.
No.
This is some Miracle Jen. I used
Oh,
it for
that's
a
right.
turtle
That's
shell.
for the turtle. Yeah.
It was Concord.
Concord. That's right.
This is some of Mom's yarn. So that's 2 squares. This is also some of Mom's yarns. 3 squares. I think this one's Mom's yarn as well. 4 squares. This is some of not Miracle Jen. Plastic. She did our colorway the first time.
Oh, Kim.
This is some Kim's yarn. So right there, that's 4 squares.
And Kim is Kim Dye's yarn. Kim Dye's.
This is also, like, I think the rest of these are Kim's from different mini skein kits. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares.
And she's very talented dyer.
So this blanket got a lot of love this break of being sick. Because it's been a long time since I've worked that many squares.
I like that last color. That kind of wheat color.
Yeah, that's part of her eggs
Eggs.
kit. Just like this one here.
Right. That's a robin egg, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, this one got a lot of love. I'm going to really enjoy having this blanket when it's done, but it probably won't be done until I'm like 80. And I'm okay with that.
All right. My next one is in my Stitch by Mimi bag. This is Sandy. I love this bag. Nice and big. Perfect for my shawl. This is my sock knitter shawl, which is the bonfire shawl by KF Jones. And I did a bit of work on this before I got distracted on other things. And this is Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein in the Rishi colorway and in the Vlad colorway, which I haven't got to yet. But I am on a different section now. I think I'm on a garter section now, I think. Can't tell you without looking at the pattern. But anyway, this is a nice, easy, relaxing knit. And it is growing. I am enjoying this immensely. And I'm just taking my time. I do have another one on the needles in green. But that one's just waiting for me to finish this one. So I really like this. I had this on my Chow Goo. These are size 9s, I believe. My circulars. Yes, they are. On a 47-inch cable. My red lace. Because I love my red lace circulars. Okay. That takes care of that. Bag.
Alrighty, so
There's a
it's
bunny.
My next project is the Cozy Hearth Socks, which is the 3 Chimneys pattern by KF Jones, Baker Bear's fame. And I'm using Undead yarn in the werewolf base, and the colorway is Phoenix Ember. And that was one, the pattern's actually a fingering weight pattern, but I adjusted it because I wanted to use werewolf, that's DK, isn't it?
Yes.
I wanted to use a DK weight yarn.
And werewolf is Heidi's yarn.
Yes.
So, Undead yarn.
I said that.
I didn't hear you.
You weren't listening.
I never listened.
So that is in, oh, I didn't put down the bag for this one. That is in my Debbie Reese Designs bag
It's a cute little
that I had won from Melissa's podcast when she had been doing the knitting games.
That's a deceptively big sock bag.
It is. So the first sock's been done for a while. And I think I have like 4 rows for the heel flap, and I just didn't feel like concentrating on it because it was the day I first started feeling a little bit better and like I could do something besides the blankets. So I did a few rows and then decided that I was done. Decided it might be a good idea to cough away from her. And this yarn is perfect for this pattern. It just makes me think of a chimney.
I'm going to have to spray all my toys with Lysol.
I've been coughing on my arm.
I have to spray all my toys with Lysol. Cinna does not want to be sick, neither does PG.
They might just die from Lysol exposure.
Nah, they're used to Lysol.
So,
Okay.
yes, this did get some love.
Looking good. All right, in my Silver Shed USA How Many Licks bag by Ann Brody. This is I think this is an extra large. And you may hear extraneous noise. My husband's home doing stuff outside, and he's coming in and out, and Davina's at home as well. So this is Snowy the Owl. This is from New York, the Owl pattern by Talia Fernandez, Franciscan Gypsy. I'm using a 2.5 millimeter hook and Lion Brand ice cream on the cookies and cream colorway and Knit Picks Bravo worsted in various other colors for the eyes and such. But this is as far as I've gotten because I haven't worked much on him since the last podcast, maybe a row or two. I don't really remember working on him this time around, but I must have since I have it marked.
In your notes.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, okay.
If he didn't do well, he's being shown
You
again.
get to see him again. And I want to get at least one of these toys done. I don't want to get too behind on the toys. You know, I want to be able to put some things in for the toy along that will also work for the Heidi's along and for Laura's for the Halloween fall.
And I need to get back on my designs because this whole week I haven't worked on them.
And I need to try and finish things without hurting my hand before your design comes out so I don't hurt myself.
Okay, so next is Candy, which is the Oops the Bunny pattern by me. And I'm using Lady Furnico Creations 100% Superwash Merino worsted in the colorway Cotton Candy Oops. And it's in my Silver Shed USA Tortoise versus Hare bag. This is actually very close to done. I've got the head done, the upper body, lower body, lower leg, number 1, lower leg, number 2.
Lower leg or back leg?
Back leg. Number 1, number 2, both front legs, the tail.
Oh, you're really close.
I had an ear in here. There's an ear. And I'm working on the second ear right now.
Think you'll have enough for the muzzle?
I think I will.
Be tight.
I think I'm going to have it.
Yarn
In which case, I might have to adjust what I say in the pattern. The pattern, I say you need 400 yards. This skein does not include 400 yards. This is 220 yards. My gauge has changed a little bit. And chances are, because that was only my third or fourth pattern that I released.
You know, it might have been too that you forgot to adjust for the, you know, how much of the yarn you used.
Yeah, I might
Because
just put down.
You just might have put down a ball of yarn, and that was 400. Because I've never used 400, and mine are bigger than yours.
So, in which case, that'll be very comforting to know that I could work off of a skein of yarn like this and have enough.
That's great.
And I think I will because, I mean, I could easily, I think, get an ear out of what I have.
And then just muzzle.
And then just the muzzle. The muzzle's itty
tiny,
bitty.
yeah.
So,
Here's hoping.
yep.
That would be great.
If not, the muzzle will be a little white thing. That'll be cute, too.
Mm-hmm.
A little pink thing.
Yeah, pink or white or something.
So,
okay, let's see. In my, everything's my bag, sweater size, angel bag, Christmas angel bag. I just call it the angel bag because it's all year round. By the lovely Lois. I am doing the Under the Sea hat, which is from the Loom Knitting Primer. And it's not really a pattern, it's more of a recipe. And I'm using the baby size Cindy Loom, knitting loom, 1/2 inch spaces with bulky yarn. It's Lady Furnico Creations Under the Sea Oops colorway. And this is bulky yarn. And I did make some progress on this. I know some of you remember that I had a lot more a couple weeks back, and I told you I had to tear it out because of some mistakes that I couldn't fix. So I started over again, but it is coming along very nicely. And this one, I did not put the braided brim back on here. This is just a regular one, so it's going to curl. But that's okay. I think it'll be pretty. And it's definitely got kind of a little stripy thing going. Whereas when I started on the smaller loom, or it wasn't the bigger loom.
It was a smaller one.
Whatever loom I had it on before.
Oh, it might have been bigger, yeah.
I think it was the bigger loom. It was radiating or pooling. It was really pretty. So anyway, I'm looking forward to finishing this. The weight is bulky weight. I think I have like 130 yards or something like that in this. I didn't put it down. Okay.
Okay, just my next one. Next one I worked on was only really, I think I only started working on it yesterday because that was the point when I started feeling up to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's whoops, not this bad. Totally Bleer's Fault, which is the Pippin Socks pattern by Claire Allen. And I'm using Miss Bab's Tart in the colorway Electric Turquoise. And this is in my Ploverbird Dr. Seuss bag. And this is the pair of socks that I had started on the 64 count and then got concerned maybe that would be too small. So I started again on the 72 count. And I'm keeping the 64 count one on waist yarn in case I decide to go with that later so I don't lose my progress. And I worked several rounds.
Oh, you did? Okay. Oh, now you can see a little bit better.
Yeah, let me.
Very pretty. Yeah. Can you see?
That
Right.
it's
I'm not challenged right up there.
that's
By
up,
the- by the
what you're looking
marker.
at by the marker is actually that's going to be the side of the sock, and that's they look kind of like wings on either side of the cable. It's the
I can see.
cable is right here.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. Oh, that's pretty.
So there's your main cable. It's not going to focus, of course. But your main cable is here.
Go back just a little. See if it focuses.
No.
Yeah, doesn't like it.
There.
You go.
So
There, now you can see
there's
it.
your main cable in the center, and then you have like little wings, for lack of a better term, developing on either side. And it's very early on.
Looks very pretty. I like that colorway.
It's a pretty colorway. And I think it'll be easier to see as it gets bigger and not so close to the needles. Because I am about 10 rows out from where I was on this pair of socks. So that's what we're looking toward developing.
Very pretty.
I guess it looks like this actually. There we go.
Cool.
So
Okay, let's see here. Oh, this must be the time of hats. In my, I forgot which bag it is, because I forgot to put what bag I have things in. That's not it. I was right the first time. In my tortoise versus hare hat with my lovely little
in your hat.
turtle bunny.
Yeah, mine's on my bag too.
In my tortoise versus hare bag is my bubblegum hat from the Bankhead hat pattern by Susie Gorley. I'm using US 7 4.5 millimeter needles and Lady Vertical Creations yarn in the worsted bubblegum oops colorway. And I did a little bit of work on this. You can see it's grown a little bit. You can see how it's definitely a variegated yarn. Not much pooling or anything, just pretty much variegated. And this is the way it looks in the skein. And this is my third, I think, my third Bankhead, isn't it?
I can't recall.
I don't know why I waited so long to do it. I do like the pattern very much. And that's Dan's fault. But he can take the hit. Happy birthday, Dan.
Yes.
A little late. Okay, your turn.
Okay. So I didn't work on either of my pattern designs, but I did work a bit on Color Me Happy, which is the I Heart Harvest Socks pattern by Shelley Stone. I'm using Cupcake yarns on the Yummy base and the colorway box of crayons.
I've heard a lot about Cupcake yarns.
This is my first time using her yarn. And this is a 75 stitch cast on. And the bag is Kiki Boo Bags Teacups bag. So, oh, that came right out. That's not snapped that very well. Okay. So, I'm about 2 inches away from the point where I have to start thinking about starting the heel flap.
Are you only using 4 needles?
Yes,
Okay.
because that's what the pattern called for. I could switch over, but usually when it calls for a certain number,
Mhm.
it has a reason, and I didn't feel like doing the math.
Right.
My preference is 5 needles. That looks very nice.
It does look beautiful. I love the stripes, the way they played out. Beautiful.
So,
You're not doing an afterthought heel, right?
oh no, I don't do half thought heels.
So how are you going to match the stripes? Or are you going to...
I'm not. I'm going to let it do its thing.
Cool.
Yeah, just let it roll.
Let it roll. Okie dokie. Okay. Now, not that one. Not yet. This one. In my Silvershed USA Eeyore bag, because Eeyore is the star of the show. It's my large or medium, I forget. These large Eeyore bag. Is my neon baby blanket, neon sport baby blanket. And I'm using an E-hook for this. And I've changed colors, as you can see. And I've pretty much come to a decision that I think I'm just going to use the neon green and that multi instead of switching the solid colors. I think it'll be too much. I might use, when I do the border around the blanket, I might pick up all the other colors for the border. But right now, that's where I'm at. I did a fair amount of this because I wanted to have a color change to show you guys. But I was careful, Sue, not to overdo it.
Yes, don't get Mama Sue mad at you.
She's very sweet.
Yes.
I hope she's taking care of herself.
Yes.
I worry about her. Take care of yourself, Sue. Okay.
Alrighty. First colorwork hat, which is the Norwegian Star Ear Flap hat pattern by Tierney.
Every time you say that, I think of Tiernan.
I'm using Dragonfly Fibers Valkyrie in the colorways Airprint Hot Sauce and Titania. I'm making the child size because of my gauge. It was, for me, the most correct size for my head. And it's Silvershed USA Nursing Caps bag on the pale field. So,
Made some progress on there?
I did make some progress.
Very nice. Must be warm. It's very dense.
Yeah.
That's because this is worsted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the color work is only just starting to
Just
pop up.
begun.
And my floats aren't too bad.
Cool. Very nice.
And I'm using a very short circular for this because
Is that a 16-inch?
I think it is. Me and Magic Looping do not get along.
That's what I use for my, I think I use that for my bankhead, 16-inch circular. Okay. My last project was not on the hook last week. It is my Sea Spray Shawl project from the Tidal Wave Shawl Pattern by Tamara Kelly. And I'm crocheting this with a 3.5 millimeter E-hook and Gourmet Stash Stout Sock. And it's a wonderful kind colorway. And Miss Babs in the tart base and the electric turquoise. So this, Taya let me have this yarn because I didn't have anything to go with it. This is the electric turquoise from Miss Babs. And you've seen the gourmet stash yarn before. I pulled it out of another project. I have two skeins of yarn. This was will be an equivalent of oops in my yarn. Oops, let me see here. I'm talented because there you go. And this is worked from one side to the other. It's worked sideways. So I got this far. And I would have gotten farther, but I started this with the idea I was going to make it DK weight. And I put two of these together because this is fingering. And it was way too heavy. I guess it probably was closer to a worsted than a DK. And I didn't like the way it felt. So, and that's really blowing the camera out. It's not.
Well, it's quite bright.
It's not, but it's not coming out so you can see it.
Yeah.
It's got, the blues are not quite, there is a lot of that bright blue, but there's also some kind of greeny, bluey, there's some variations. And it's really a gorgeous yarn. And I'm having fun with this. It's not difficult in terms of, it does require me to do more movement with my hand for the crocheting, but it's not like 2 or 3 stitches. It's just a double crochet for the most part, and then the increases or decreases. So it's a nice step into maybe doing something other than single crochet projects to see if I can handle that. And I love the color. It is so my color. It's going to be this with this.
That'll be pretty.
So
It actually looks like your shirt.
it does. Except I don't have this dark. Well,
Down to the bottom, it's kind of close.
maybe close here. Yeah. But yeah. So that's that. I will take my time on it because I don't want to hurt myself again. I have another doctor's appointment for my hand tomorrow and see if what's he going to do with give me more medicine or give me a shot or say I'm fine or what. So we'll see. And this is in my bag, autism awareness bag from maybe 3 years ago, something like that.
Something like that.
So, yeah.
Okay. I don't have any more projects, but I do have a writer's block. It's not going to be here because I ripped it out. I showed you Ladies of PHN last week, and I decided I really didn't want that first shawl. I wanted it for a pair of socks, so I ripped it out. I haven't started as a pair of socks yet because I have a line of yarns that are potential pairs of socks, as well as socks that are designed to be finished. So,
Designed to be finished?
desiring to be finished.
Desiring to be finished.
Sorry, I've got this lump in my throat.
Mm.
So that the yarn will be making an appearance again, but I did not want it to be in the project it was in, so I ripped it out.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, you have no finished objects?
None.
Okay, I have a couple. First one is in my Silvershed USA medium size autism awareness bag that I won from Laura Concert for one of her alongs. I forget which one it was. And this is Baby Hat. So this will be going to the pregnancy center so they can get a picture taken. I love the way this one turned out. The little white stripe makes me really happy. Some little white stripe. It just does. It makes me really happy. So that's that. And I have to take a picture of it and I can give it to Talia. Okay, that's finished project number 1. Looky here, guys. In my PHN Woman Cave Silvershed USA 2X bag, you know what's in here. It's been in here for like a year. It's done. My Under the Mistletoe shawl is done. It is really long. I'm wondering, I'm going to have to check my pattern and see if I did too many increases because it is really, I mean, look at the wingspan on this thing. I mean, it's way out past, you can see it here. It's like this on
Yeah,
both
it's really
sides.
long.
It's really long. But it's super warm, and I love it. It does have a couple of mistakes in it, so probably won't go out of the house, but that's okay because this is meant to be inside the house anyway. And this was done with Yarn Bee bulky yarn, and I enjoyed it. This was more of a learning experience than anything else. This was not a hard pattern. It was by Susan Ashcroft, and I love Susan Ashcroft's patterns because they don't make you feel like you're stupid when you're doing something simple. she makes it fun and she makes it look good. So this was really nice. And there are some mistakes in it, and that's okay. I love it anyway because it's super soft and it's super warm. And nobody else is going to see it but me and my family. So
But we'll make fun of it for you.
I
No.
don't. It's so soft. I really like it. This is an acrylic yarn. It's super soft.
Well, some of them are.
Yeah. Like that white for your sweater.
Yeah. Oh, that's an acrylic blend.
Right.
You need more.
No, this is going to go in the yarn section.
Oh, okay. When is the yarn section?
I don't know. When do you usually do your design news?
Usually after royalties.
Okay, we'll wait till after royalties then.
Well, I only really have one royalty, and it's kind of geeky. I got an awesome new thermometer because I got excited about it, so I figured I was going to share it. This is close to the kind that we use at work, where we have the little things that go in the end, and yes. Let me see that. There we go. So, because I actually have a personal dislike of oral thermometers because
I don't like them. You can't breathe when you have them in your mouth.
and they're affected by what you had in your mouth previously. And
if you have your mouth closed properly.
Yeah.
Because you can move it around under your tongue, the temperature changes.
Yeah, so I've been wanting to get a nice one for a while because the one I got at Martin's was a crappy little one that didn't work so well.
That was an oral thermometer.
Yeah. No, the oral one worked better than the little tympanic one I got at Martin's.
Tympanic?
I had a
I
little
didn't know
bitty
that.
tympanic one from Martin's, but it was not very accurate, so I never really used it.
I didn't know we had it.
That's because it was horrible, and I was waiting until I had a reason to get a good one. This was a little on the expensive side because it's close to the professional one we have at work, but I'm happy with it, and yes.
Any other royalties?
Nope.
Okay, what else?
Then
Nothing?
that's every yarn.
Okay. In my Turbo Knitter bag, I won a bag from Turbo Knitter. It's coming in the mail. I can't wait to get it. This is the one I won from him. I have some yarn. Okay. Let's see what to start with. This one is an Aran weight. I'm trying to find the tags. Here, let me see here. So I'm working with someone for ball bands, and I'm just waiting because it's a busy time for that person right now, and I will let you know who that is later. I'm really excited about that. Okay. Let me see here. This one is this one. This is called King Coral. Because I wanted to make a coral snake, but it didn't quite match up. So this is King Coral.
Which is like a mixture of a king snake and a coral snake.
Yeah. And this is Aran, heavy Aran weight. Aran, 164 yards, 100% Highland wool. And I thought this might make a nice hat. If somebody wants to make a hat or something like that. This is not superwash. So that's the first one. I did 4 skeins this week because I just wanted to. Well, I had to do something for Heidi, so I figured out what I wanted to do. So this one, I can get this.
You might not want to unwrap all of them.
Well, it'll be all right. This one's just because it's a little bulkier. It's a little harder for me to skein up again. And we have time. Daddy's already home, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so that's this one. And I'm going to put...
I was more thinking that you ruined your pretty skein. You went through all the effort to make you.
Yeah. Where did I put my ball band for it?
Mm.
Oh, there it is on the floor. Okay, so this one is snake, and it is
King Coral.
It's King Coral, and I have to put these up in my... Okay, that's one. Okay, this one is what's it? Aged Black Cat. It's a Halloween colorway. So, and these are all acid dyed. This is a worsted weight. It's 220 yards superwash merino wool. So it goes in here. There. Okay. This one is, I haven't named this one yet.
This one's incredibly pretty.
This
Iron Man. You were named that Iron Man.
Iron Man. It is red and yellow. I was really surprised because even where it's blotched up, where I blotched it up a little bit, it didn't really turn orange with the yellow. It was very strange. So I guess to get the orange, if I wanted to, I'd have to mix it. You can see a little orange here, right there. It's a very dramatic yarn. And this is also a 100% worsted weight. And I think this one here is my favorite.
I think someone's trying to get in.
What?
I think someone's trying to get in the back way. I think Dad's trying to get in.
Daddy has his keys.
Someone's knocking on that back door.
Okay, Ty is going to go check and see if somebody's trying to get into the back door. Sorry about the table shaking. This is probably my favorite yarn that I made. And this is called Sugar Plum. And this is a untamed oops, which is like a wild iris in Miss Babs. This is an untamed oops, which means I mixed some colors I had together and saw what happened, and this is what happened. So that's my favorite one. It's my husband's favorite one as well. And this one is bamboo. It's 50% merino wool, 50% viscose from bamboo, 262 yards, and it's a sport weight. So
He was
those-
just breaking cement.
these are my yarns. I'd love to know what you think about them. If you can see them very well. I know I have some people out there who have offered to test some of this stuff for me, so I have to think about doing that as well. Okay, and that's that.
Alrighty. So very, very pretty. Sorry about the interruption, guys. I thought it was a knock on the door. It kept sounding like an insistent knock.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure that...
Well, he knows we're podcasting.
Well, the key that he has for the front door doesn't work for the back door.
Right, he has a key to the back, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if he did or not.
Okay. All right, so moving on.
Autobiography.
Autobiography.
So, yesterday I did work a bit on the shared story last night. It was the first night I
Yay.
felt like doing it. And then, otherwise, I got some reading done. This is going to be reading of a highly religious nature.
For both of us this week.
Now, the history book I've been reading has been like that for a while, just because Thomas Becket naturally followed from reading Eleanor of Aquitaine and King John. So, Thomas Becket, just because it kept hinting, both books both hinted at this historical confrontation between Thomas Becket and Henry II. So, I've been reading this book for a while. I'm about, I'd say a little over halfway through. So, this has been getting a good amount of reading. Then, a good chunk read for James Albarioni, Apostle of Our Times, which kind of works as, it is religious, but it's also it's a biography.
Mm-hmm.
So, fits in the same line with Becket. Same thing for Paul, Least of the Apostles.
Now this one we're reading together. I mean, not together, but we're both reading it.
Yeah.
It's called How to Listen When God is Speaking.
And she happened to have an extra copy.
Yeah. I started this a while back. I remember I showed you this bookmark that's magnetized. I think I'm going to have to start this over again, though, because I don't remember a lot of it, so I'm going to go back and reread it.
And I've only read the first chapter of this. So.
And my other book, I had mentioned about my declutter. It's called Make Room for God, Clearing Out the Clutter. And this it's not just about God. It's actually about, it is aimed at that, but it's talking about how clutter can stress you out, how can, make you less effective and things like that, and what you can do about it. And right now I'm just reading through it, and then I'll go back and see what I can implement. Some of the things I agree with, a lot of the things I agree with, some of them I don't. The thing I was reading about today made me laugh. It was, if an angel came to your door and said, God is moving you out of this house in another place that's, just as nice. You'll have all the necessaries, but you can take a few of your favorite things. And you have this bag that's like a little magic bag, you put whatever you want. But you only have 3 minutes or whatever it was to go through the entire house and pick what you want, what's most important to you. And so you do that with paper and pencil, I guess. I didn't do it because I was in the chapels praying. Just to see what you think is important, and you might have forgotten things, and why you might have forgotten things, to clutter, hide it, and all this kind of stuff. Just to give you an idea of what you value and what you don't value, and what you may have forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
And if you forgot it, is it really that important? So it was really interesting. And then I've been doing some work in my prayer journal here. My colors and things like that. I'm not going to show you what it says, but I have been not as faithful as I'd like, but more faithful than I thought. So, baby steps. Okay. And, I started doing, for writing, I did start my prompt mistress duties at the Percolator. I have posted Sunday's prompts and Monday's prompts already. I usually post my prompts sometime in the late afternoon or early evening for the next day, so I don't forget. So I'll be posting prompts for tomorrow, tonight. And I hope to get some writing done in the near future, but we'll see. And I'm still reading The Complete Father Brown by Chester Nix. I'm only reading a couple pages at a time because I'm stuck on reading our back story from the shared story to keep fresh on what I'm doing while I'm waiting for Talia to finish. So.
Yeah, because I've been half the year with this shared story, it feels.
Yeah. Okay, so that's...
Although I guess it hasn't been quite that long.
No, I had it quite a long time last time because I was sick or something. I forget why I had it so long.
I think I got sick twice during this period of having...
Yeah, I think you did. It hasn't been a good year for the shared story this year.
No.
So, okay. Anything else?
No, I think it's good.
Okay, so we want to wish everybody, as we said, a very wonderful, happy Columbus Day who's celebrating. Happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian PHNers. And thank you again for coming to visit us here in the PHN Fun Woman Cave. We hope you have a wonderful week full of blessings and crafting and all the good things that you enjoy, and that you'll come back again next week to visit with us. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 228, and that's a wrap.